everyone, this is Angie from angieexcels.com, and today I'll be covering about index and match. So if you follow me on my blogs or this YouTube channel, you know that I've covered index and match separately. And you also know that I explained index and match together. If you haven't seen that, pause this video and click on that card on top to see, the first part of the index and match. So in this video, I'll be focusing more on the first scenario of how we can use index and match. Okay, so this is going to be a tutorial using the practice data set. And if you're subscribed to my blog, which is www.angieexcels.com, you get this practice data set. If you're not subscribed and you want to practice data set, go ahead and pause this, go to my website and subscribe. It's free, and once you receive an email from me, just reply back and say, hey Angie, I want the practice data set for index and match. Or if you want all the practice data set from the very first tutorial that I have. Okay, so moving on, we're going to do the scenario 1 from our practice data set. Okay, so here's our practice data set, and as you can see on practice 1, my data is organized by columns or vertically. You see how the first name are all here, the phone numbers or cell numbers are all here, address are in this column, city are in this column, and state are in this column. So they're organized vertically. Okay, and we're going to try to answer all of them so I can show you guys how it works in different scenarios. Okay, so go to D14 because that's where the return, where we want the return value to be. So type in equals index, open parenthesis. So the array is the ranges of cell, column or row where the return value is. Okay. So with VLOOKUP or HLOOKUP, we have to count where that would be. So in this case, if our lookup value is TK rocks and our phone number is the wanted return value question, then we have to count 1, 2, right? If we're doing VLOOKUP, okay? But since this is index and match, you just select the whole column or the ranges of cell, okay? Comma, you type in match, open parenthesis. Okay, lookup value in this case is the reference that you have available. It's the known value that you have that is related to your return value. So for example, if you go to your contacts, right, and you're looking for someone's phone number, you don't look for the phone number. You actually look for the name of the person to get that person's phone number. Get it? So it's the same in this situation. So your lookup value in this case is TK rocks, right? So you select that, or you can type it in, comma. Lookup array is the column or row where TK rocks is located. Okay, we know that TK rocks is a name, and you know that this data set is a contact, and there's a there's a column here organized by name. So you just select this column. Oops. Okay, comma. Okay, we want an exact match. Why? Because if you're going to call somebody, do you want a wrong phone number? I don't think so, right? So we want the exact match. And on my tutorial about match, I explained more in details what happens when you select 1 or -1. So go ahead and pause this and go to that tutorial if you want to learn more about it in details, okay? But in this case, I'm going to enter 0, close parenthesis to close our match function, and then another close parenthesis to close our index, okay? And then you just hit enter, and there you go. So green means correct, okay? So there's the answer. I'll go to number 2. Which city is the Filipino restaurant located? And if you guys haven't, found out just with my accent, I'm a Filipino American, so, and I love Filipino food. Anyway, so which city is the Filipino restaurant located? So we'll do the formula again. Equals index, open parenthesis, the Filipino restaurant. So I'm still on my contacts. I want the city, so select that column, comma, type in match, open parenthesis. Lookup value is the city. Oh, sorry, lookup value is the Filipino restaurant. Okay, so it's on my first name, okay, comma, lookup array. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake. So your lookup value is the Filipino restaurant. Okay, comma, lookup array is where the Filipino restaurant is located in the dataset. Okay, comma, I want again an exact match because I don't want to get lost. So close parenthesis to close the match function, another close parenthesis to close the index function, and you hit enter. Okay, and it's in Washington, D.C. Okay, the next question is, what is Pro Health is Wealth's address? Okay, so we'll do this, the same formula, equals index, okay, array is the return value that you want, so the address, so you select that ranges of cells, comma, type in match, open parenthesis, your lookup value is Pro Health as well, okay, comma, lookup array is where that name is located, okay, comma, and we want the exact match, close parenthesis, open, another close parenthesis, so enter. Okay, so moving on to number 4, which state is the number 404-456-7891 registered? And we want, so our lookup value is the state, our wanted return value, our lookup value is the phone number, our wanted return value is the state. So we type it again, equals index, okay, array is the state, so you select that, type in match, open parentheses, our lookup value is the phone number, okay, comma, this is where the phone number is located, comma, enter 0, close parenthesis to close match, and another close parenthesis to close index, and there you go. There's your answer. Okay, and as you can see, it's very simple. I didn't have to count. I just have to look for the header name. So for example, for TK Rocks, I know that I want the phone number, so I just went to the cell number and selected that whole thing instead of counting 1, 2, right? So like I said, it's more dynamic too, and more flexible. So by dynamic, I mean that if I have to enter more columns, for example, my formula will not break, and I'll show that to you guys. So for example, if I enter a column here, okay, see how it did not break? It's still referencing to the same information. So for example, my phone number in this case shifted to C, and see how it shifted to C, right? And it did not break. So that's what I mean by, the index and match being more flexible compared to a VLOOKUP and an HLOOKUP. It's more dynamic. Okay, so this is scenario 1 where your data is organized vertically, and with the scenario 2 that will be on the next video. It's still blog 7, and it's the last video that I will be showing about index and match. So yeah. So if you guys want to learn more about Excel tips and tutorials that I covered, go to www.angieexcels.com. There's more there, and it's also building up. Or if you want daily Excel tips and quotes, go to www.instagram.com angieexcels or www.facebook.com/angieexcels, and follow me. I post my tips and quotes from Sunday to Friday, and then on every Monday I update the www.angieexcels.com with my Excel tips, and I also post other things that I've been learning or professional development articles every Friday of the last Friday of every month. So also, don't forget to subscribe in this YouTube channel, and I hope you guys learned something, and I'll see you guys later, and happy learning!